Todd, and welcome back to my show. I found this article on Finance Buzz called 8 Brilliant Moves If You Make More Than $5,000 per month. That would be 60 grand per year. And so I wanted to go over the article real quick. They do have some good stuff, but also some stuff that I disagree with, and I'll tell you why. But before I get into that, I wanted to bring your attention to one thing that I found disturbing on Ibotta. So as you guys know, I'm a huge fan of cashback apps, and pretty much anything involves saving money and automating a savings plan. But one of the apps that I use, Ibotta, I just got an email from them and it said, come back to Ibotta and avoid account maintenance fees. And I was confused by this because I've never left Ibotta. I might not have redeemed anything in a while, but I've never closed my account or anything. And then it says that there's a 30-day grace period, but that there is a $3.99 fee every single month that you don't use it. Now, this fee doesn't go with the funds that you've already gotten, and it doesn't take it from your bank account or anything like that. But your balance on Ibotta will be dropped by $3.99 every single month that you don't redeem the cash back, like you don't redeem a receipt at the grocery store, which I think is total BS. I hate it when companies try to do this stuff. And so right now, my Ibotta balance is, I believe it's $15. Yeah, so it's $15. And I need another $5 to redeem it, to get to $20 to be able to withdraw. So that's what I'm going to do is next time I'm at the grocery store, I'm going to make sure to use Ibotta. I usually do use it. I'm usually pretty good at it. But I don't know that I'm super sold on Ibotta anymore, you guys, because I hate companies that try to nickel and dime you. So I'm probably going to get to 20, cash out, and then we'll see if I ever use this app again. Who knows? But anyway, let's get into the video. Okay, so the first brilliant move, if you make more than $5,000 per month, according to this, is invest in Apple or Amazon for just $1. Now, I do agree. I mean, Amazon and Apple stock have done very, very well. I have not used Stash before. So Stash is a company that allows you to start investing with just $1, and basically you can buy fractional shares, like pieces of a share. So let's say you're going to buy into a company and their stock price is $400. It allows it so you don't have to buy one whole share of that company. You can just start investing for a lower amount. Now, of course, I mean, if you're going to be looking for returns, even a 10% or 20% or 30% return on $1 isn't really going to be a game changer for you. But if you don't have a ton of money and you want to start investing, maybe Stash is a good way to do that. The second brilliant move is to leave your family up to $1 million starting for just $8 a month. Now this of course is talking about term life insurance. And for anyone out there that's curious, term life insurance is the only type of life insurance that I think you should buy. Now, of course, that's just my opinion, but let me just say I am a licensed life insurance agent, and I see whole life and universal life and all those other things as complete wastes of money, just complete ripoffs. Don't think of insurance as investing. Think of it as insurance. This money, this benefit is so if something happens to you, your family will be taken care of. Now, the third brilliant move, if you make more than $5,000 per month, is to save up to $610 on car insurance. Now, of course, this $610 that they're talking about, that's really speculative. What they're doing is they want you to go to this Provide Insurance website and basically just compare it with your current insurance programs. Now, one thing I will say is when it comes to insurance, and again, this is speaking as someone who has worked in the insurance industry for his entire career. You want to make sure to not be super attracted by the low cost of the premium, because if something does happen and you have terrible coverage, that is a problem. So not that you have to go crazy and, buy the most expensive thing, but when it comes to insurance, term life insurance for me, I have a pretty damn high benefit. So if anything happens to me, my wife will be able to pay off all the mortgages in full and have a couple $1 million starting out, basically just to start her life over. She'll have a couple $1 million there. And I would say the same thing with car insurance. I have a pretty high liability limit because I don't want to have to pay out of pocket in case I get sued if I'm in an accident that's my fault. So just be careful about, buying the cheapest thing, because the cheapest premium probably means the lowest coverage amount. Now, the fourth brilliant move is invest in paintings. And basically what this is doing is allowing you to act like you're a fine art investor without having the cash or the capital necessary to invest in fine art. So I actually don't know that I would agree with step 4 here, and I'll tell you why. I am a big fan of only investing in things that I know and understand. At least right now, I am not educated enough in fine art to make a solid investment. Now, I did hear that one of the Koch brothers, if you guys know, the big oil guys, one of the Koch brothers bought a Picasso for I think like $5 million. He won it at auction. And then later on, he was getting that painting restored, and they found that on the back of that Picasso was another Picasso. And it was traced back to a time where that artist was broke. And he was basically using one parchment, and he was using both sides of it for two paintings. So if one didn't sell, he could sell the other one. This is a time in Picasso's life where things were rough and he wasn't doing too hot. And what happened is that painting, because there were two on them, and they could trace it back to that specific time in Picasso's life, the value went from $5 million to $13 million. So they put it in a glass case where you could see both sides of it displayed. And, now if he wants to sell it, he'll sell that for a pretty nice profit. But I don't know enough about fine art. I definitely don't know enough about, about this Masterworks program. And I blue chip arts outperform the S&P 500. The thing is, I understand the S&P 500, so I'm not looking to try to beat that as much as I am just trying to get the between 8 and 10% return that it yields every year. Now, the fifth move is to add up to $720 with savings to Truebill. I actually do use Truebill, and I use another company called Ask Trim. And Ask Trim has saved me, I think, around $3,500 on bills and stuff. Now, that's, of course, over the last several years. I think over the last 3 or 4 years. But still, saving $3,500 for really no extra time for me is great. I do like Truebill, but one thing that this article is not saying is if Truebill saves you money, they're going to take, I believe, 40% of the savings as what their fee is. So there's no charge if they don't save you money. But for example, let's say you have a cable bill, and let's say Truebill goes in there and negotiates, and they save you $100 on your cable bill. Truebill will keep $40. And then what you actually save, your net savings, is $60. So what I would do is I would actually use a company called Ask Trim first. I would use Trim first because Trim has a succession fee of only 25%. So if Trim saves you $100, they're going to keep $25 as their fee, and you keep $75 in savings. So what I do with my strategy is I always use Trim first. I see whatever they can save me. Once Trim has saved me money, then I send it over to the guys at Truebill. Number 6, refinance your mortgage while rates are historically low. So yeah, this is a good idea if you can get a good deal and if you understand really what you're doing with refinancing. If you don't really understand it, I wouldn't recommend doing a cash out refi. Using your house as an ATM machine is how a lot of people end up broke. So just be careful with this one. If you do go to refinance, make sure you understand the term you're refinancing for. I knew a woman who had a house payment, and she refinanced it because she thought her house payment was too high. And so she refinanced it and got a lower monthly payment. However, this woman only had 10 years left on her mortgage before she refinanced. And she refinanced out of that into a 30-year mortgage again. So it's like she could have been done paying for her house and have a completely paid for house in 10 years. And now she has 30 years left on the note. So just be really careful when you refinance about, exactly what you're doing, and make sure you understand all the costs that are associated with that. Number 7, get paid $100 to ditch your debit card. This is interesting. So basically there is Aspiration Spend and Save account, and you'll get $100 for opening up a new debit card. Before I recommend this to anyone, I'm just going to try it out. I don't know enough about this to say if it's good or bad, but I'm definitely going to give this one a try and see if it's something that I would recommend, and I'll probably make another video just about that. Now, the last step, the last brilliant move if you make more than $5,000 per month, is earn piles of cash with a high yield savings account. I am a big fan of this. I bank account churn all the time. Right now, specifically at the time that I'm recording this video, the highest bank accounts that I've seen for interest rates are 4%, but it's up to a very minimal amount. T-Mobile checking right now has 4% up to, I believe, $3,000. I have a bank that does 4% up to $500. I have a couple other banks that do actually 5% up to 500, so I guess that's a little bit higher. But most banks right now, on any meaningful balance, they're capping out at around 1.7%, and that's just because at the time I'm recording this video, we're in a recession with the coronavirus pandemic. Well, anyway, you guys, that was it. If you want to check out the article, I will link to it in this video. Again, it was from Finance Buzz, and this was 8 brilliant moves if you make more than $5,000 per month. But obviously, you can do this even if you make less than $5,000 per month. I mean, nothing in here was super crazy. I think the most expensive thing on here was like $100. So you can do this even if you don't make 60 grand a year. I hope this content was helpful to you, and I will see you at the next video. Peace.